Yo, what's up, chat? It's your boy. What's my YouTube name? It's your boy. Nah, it's your boy Sugar again. I might be a clone, man. I'm forgetting my YouTube name. I might be a clone. It's not me today. It's not Sugar again making this video. It's somebody else. But I'm back with another video. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate all the likes coming and subscribers. Everybody that's new, welcome to the channel. We dropping 100 videos and we trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. And we're gonna get that done, man. I don't see me slowing down on these videos. We dropping, we back to back to back. And we just, all year long. We're gonna end the year pretty strong. For the most part on this channel, we drop Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes I might throw a video in Tuesday and Thursday, some people, they told me that this really like TV for them. They actually like watching the videos every day. So, I mean, if I can drop every day, that'll be, cool. Sometimes I might not want to pick up the camera, or sometimes I do want to pick up the camera. Then sometimes I might not have the topics. Sometimes I do. Today, I would say, I just basically came across this that I wanted to talk about, and pretty much I did a repower. Now, I always do a repower and stuff like that here and there, and a lot of people want to know what is a repower. Yeah, Steve is going to tell you what is the repower and stuff like that. All this going to be based off my experience, and I'm going to tell you what is a repower to me, in my eyes, and where some people maybe can understand, because everybody don't understand what a repower is. So I just finished the repower or whatever. I really ran my 11 hours total to drive down to 54 minutes left. That's a repower. All the repowers not like that, but I started a load that I already had. I had started it and I started driving for 2-3 hours, and pretty much I got the call about a repower. And a repower is normally when either you need help or another driver need help, and to make it on time they need a repower to help another driver. They say another driver come swap out loads to finish this load just to make this load on time. That's the simple version that I can tell you. That's normally how it is. Either you request a repower or the other person requests a repower, and then they'll call you. It'd be some cases where you might get to a shipper early, and if you there maybe 1 or 2 days early, and you either trying to go home or got something to do or something like that, trying to stay busy, you might can ask for a repower, see if somebody locally can drop off this load, the next 1 or 2 days. Only thing about that, it's not a guarantee. Repowers aren't guaranteed, but they will reach out to other drivers and try to get you some help. Let me see. So in this case, I had a repower, and somebody was trying to get home to, I believe, Tennessee. And this load was going to Atlanta, but they was at the shipper for longer than expected. They was at the shipper longer than 2 hours, and they told me they was there for 12 hours. So if you there for longer than 2 hours and you there for 12 hours and you got to be there basically the next day, he drove as much as he can and ran out his total amount of hours to drive. So he knew he wasn't gonna make it, so he had asked for a repower, and all they do is, they gonna call you, ask, about the repower and stuff like that. It's a no, it's a yes. And my thing was, my load that I got now, it was going back to my hometown. I'm not taking off right now, so I really don't mind it. In some cases, I could have went there and, stop by Stevens or go there, and I did my load and picked up somewhere else, in my hometown. Cool, but when he asked me, I was like, okay, I understood. Actually, it was a new driver that I hope he understand you was there for 12 hours. Now, if it's not a window, you should be getting paid for layover. When you knew, you gotta take advantage of the layover. I told y'all, I made the video about layover, so just make sure if you there longer than 2 hours and you got appointment time, you should get paid for layover. So I hope he did that. I wasn't thinking to tell him that at the time, because we was talking about something else. So the rest of my load that I had, it had like maybe 300 miles left by the time they called me. And then a load that he had, it had 500 miles left going the opposite way. But it was gonna be me pushing all my hours. My total 11 is making sure I get there, like, you know. How did it work? So he called me. I was like, okay, so I'm getting some more miles, cool. But since he know that it's a rush and stuff like that, I'm just like, well, you know, is there any other benefit or whatever, you know, since I gotta basically hurry up and, you know, get this load there, because mentally I'm thinking that I'm finna be done driving at like, you know, 7, 8 p.m. based on the load that I got. This load delivered at 2 p.m. and it's like I gotta go all the way there. So he was just like, well, I can offer you 150, and if you make it on time, 50 more. So in my head, I'm like, oh, I get more miles and I get, you know, a little extra money. Why not? I accepted the Repower. I swapped out with the dude, and the system was down, so I was waiting on them to fix the system for a little minute. And then my manager pretty much just told me, you know, they gonna fix the system. It gotta be fixed on their end. So instead of just waiting, if you know the address and stuff, look at your paperwork, you can go on and head that way. So I headed that way, and they had adjusted on my tablet. And like on my way, I kind of knew where I was gonna get some gas or whatever. So I stopped and get gas, and I acknowledged the load and stuff like that. Now, when you do the Repower, you need to, you know, you got to put your load locks on, not load locks, your meat lock. And also, I would say when you new and stuff like that, you need to talk to the driver, ask them how many load locks they have in their trailer, or open a small door if you don't have a lock already on it. Open a small door and see, because some people might put all their load locks in the trailer, and if you do a Repower, you done gave the next driver all your load locks, and he don't have nothing. You know, he might put 1 or 2 in his, or he might not have none in his trailer, because sometimes the trailer be so full you ain't gonna be able to put no load locks. Like, it's been times where my trailer is, you know, to the back and it's no space for no load locks. So in that case, you need to make sure when you do these Repowers, ask them about the load locks, how many you got in there, or how many extra do you got, and stuff like that. Make sure you try to get, you know, your load locks back if they don't have them in the trailer already. That's like a big thing. Yeah, Steve is gonna cover the load locks. They're gonna give you load locks or whatever. They gonna, once you pay for it that one time, they're gonna cover it for now on. But the prevent stuff like that, then just communicate, you know, get your load locks back from the other driver and stuff like that. It done been a time where I had to learn. When I first did a Repower, dude told me it was 3 load locks in the back. So I gave him 2 of mine, and I was left with 1. I ain't looking the back at the time, so I didn't think of whatever. But when that happened and I emptied that trailer, I'm looking, I'm like, ain't no load locks in here. So I was fortunate to where, well, it wasn't really fortunate. I ended up buying 2 more. You know, Stevens covered it or whatever. They sent me the money to buy it. I bought 2 more, but I'm like, I could have saved my load locks. Like, you know, I didn't have to give the next driver my load locks. I had my load locks actually in the trailer. So the only reason I'm telling y'all certain stuff is because I done been through certain stuff. Like, you know, I done gave all my load locks away, and then the next driver didn't have no load locks here. Like, you know, it's not me, you know, complaining or anything. It's just based on my experience. I'm trying to help out the next driver so y'all can know. So yeah, I was glad kinda that I accepted the load. The only thing about this load, I ran into pretty much, I had a flat tire. So when I went to that gas station, the Pilot for gas, I'm looking around my trailer and I see on my tractor I had a flat tire. So I'm just like, and why is my phone like that? Hold on. Yeah. So I seen I had a flat tire, and I'm like, whoa, I don't got time to be, you know, messing around with no flat tire. Like, this load really gotta be there. I already wasted like 45 minutes trying to get a hold to Stevens, you know, do the Repower, and they finally tell me just go on and go. And then what I basically had like an extra maybe 1 or 2 hours of just free time to kind of spare, but not really. And with me having a flat at the Pilot, I was like, whoa, like, I don't know how I had a flat. I didn't really hear the pop, but luckily I checked my truck every time I stopped and stuff like that, just to make sure, because when you have a flat, the weigh station gonna call you in, because sometimes I guess the scales or the cameras be able to detect when you have a flat, and they'll just tell you gonna come in. Most cases you'll get the pre-pass, so you be good. So when I had the flat, I had basically seen where the nearest TA, you know, they want us to go to TAs because TAs get the discount and stuff like that. But my experience with TAs be 8 to 10 hour waits, maybe 4 to, like, TAs don't be that fast for me. And I'm like, I'm not trying to go to no TA. So I did go to the nearest TA, which was like 5 miles away. And I'm calling Steve, it's like, you know, on the way there, let them know, like, hey, I'm finna go to this TA. So they checked me in at the TA. They didn't tell me what the people said. I went to TA. The dude in the front, I could tell that, I mean, he probably having a bad day or something. He had plenty of papers on the desk and everything. He was just like, oh, you with Stevens? I'm like, yeah, well, I told them it's a 3-4 hour wait. I only got one technician, and right now he's on a mobile call. And I'm like, oh yeah, they didn't tell me that. With me have to pay for this stuff now, like out of my business account or out of pocket, I'm like, nah, 3-4 hour wait, I can't do it. So I basically, the next Love's was like 5 miles away. Well, no, it was like 10 miles away. So I called Stevens back like, hey, I can't, I'm trying to, you know, help out this Repower. I'm trying to get this load there. I can't be waiting 3-4 hours. And that just to get to me, it's not how long they're going to take to even, you know, do the, if I would have did that load, I mean, if I would have waited at the TA, this load going to have to be rescheduled. I was going to be messed up for the weekend. And yeah, I couldn't do it. So I called them back like, hey, I ain't gonna better wait up here. I'm finna head to the Love's. But they tell me like, nah, Love's is the last place we want you to go. I don't know the exact reason or what, but I mean, when you paying for it, it really don't matter or whatever. I'm just trying to see if they busy or not. So I'm like, hey, you know, I want to go to Love's. You can call and see how busy they are and stuff like that. He was like, nah, don't go to Love's. It was a spot 3 miles away. Like while I was on the way there, it was a marathon. They didn't have, I guess, an active number on the, I guess, the shop or whatever. But when I got there, I seen that the marathon pretty much was disconnected from a tire shop. It had a tire shop, but at the time, it didn't look like nobody was there. So when they was calling, he was like, yeah, I can't get a hold to nobody or whatever. So I don't know what exactly number he was calling. So I went there. I'm like, okay. He was like, well, I'm going to send you somebody from Michelin out to come there. I finally seen, you know, a truck pull up. It was a older man, a black man with his son. They was in a truck, and while I'm waiting on Michelin to text me or call me, because that's what happened when they send somebody out, they gonna call and ask for your coordinates and stuff like that, send you a text. So I asked him, I'm like, hey, you like run the tire shop and stuff like that? And he was like, yeah, you know, what's going on and stuff. I like, oh, my job been trying to call y'all, like, because I had a flat, but, you know, nobody was answering and stuff, so I don't know where they was calling, because he was like, I be answering, I don't know. I'm actually came because somebody been calling all day, and they told me they was on the way, and, you know, they really should have been here by now. They said it was like 5-10 minutes away, and pretty much by the time I talked to him, it was like 10-15 minutes, and he was like, yeah, they should have been here by now, so I don't know, I'm just, you know, waiting until. So I'm like, okay, well, my job, they sent somebody out right now. I'm finna see how long is the ETA to pretty much they come, since I gotta pay for this out of pocket. You know, when they coming to you, it's gonna cost more than you already been at the shop. So I waited for another 5-10 minutes, and I'm just like, man, I'm trying to make this load. We got the dude up here with the tires. He finally came, but the person that's supposed to get their tire came. He ain't here. It's like 20-30 minutes I'm past. So I, you know, I was like, I went back to him. I'm like, hey man, like, I'm disconnected from my trailer. I'm trying to get a tire, and, you know, I'm trying to get it taken care of. I don't know if the person that you waiting on coming or not, but, you know, if you got a tire, can you, you know, take care of me? He said, oh yeah, I got a tire for you. He didn't give me a price right away. I ain't really asked for no price, so I was just, my thing in my head, I'm like, well, so I'm paying out of pocket or whatever, forget it. He told me just go on and pull on in. By the time I pulled in, Michelin finally told me an ETA of like an hour 30. I called Michelin before they even came. Like while they on the phone, you could press like 1 or 2. I called them, let them know cancel that. I'm getting this tire chain right now. So once I, you know, had the the people changed the tire, he was doing it pretty fast and everything. It was already on flat, so it was kind of easy to take off and then put the other tire on and just add air. So he did it quick. It took him maybe 10-15 minutes to change the tire. He charged me a total of $280. He actually already had the tire, and he was just putting me on some games, stay away from recaps and stuff like that. And I'm like, $280? I got the receipt and everything, so all I'm gonna do is send that to bookkeeping, make sure, you know, I write it off on taxes. But I'm like, $280? That's cheap. Like, that mobile dude would have came out and they gonna charge me about $600, maybe $800 or more. Like, you know, like, cause they gonna charge to come out, they gonna charge for the tire, then they gonna take like 2 hours because they gonna get paid by the hour. And now I'm really thinking on more so the business side, how to run my business. I'm paying out of pocket for this stuff, so, or pay in your business account. But I just paid out of pocket this is where I'm like, $280. First of all, it saved me some money and it saved me some time, because dude changed it so fast. He had a tire for me and everything, same size, and he switched, you know, put it on quick and everything. And I'm just like, hey man, I really appreciate y'all, because I really waited an hour at the place. Well, I pretty much, that whole process took like an hour, and if I would have waited on that mobile call or whatever, man, this load wasn't gonna be done. This dude, he saved my day. Changed the tire. I still basically was able to make this load on time. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I made this load 20 minutes before my appointment, but once you get there, you good. Your appointment at 2, I got there like 1:40. I checked in. They pretty much, at the time, they didn't have a door anyway, so all they did was just tell me park on the side. So I'm like, it worked out fine for me. I had a flat on this load. I had so much time wasted. I still made the load, and I made it on time. So not only I got extra money, I got the on time pay. I had a flat, yes, coming out of pocket, but I'm gonna get that back, you know, and then when I get paid or whatever, or when I arrive tax, I'm gonna get the $280 back. I actually tipped the dude $300. That's why I was finna say $300. I ain't up tipping him the extra $20 because I really wasn't tripping. I was like, hey, you saved my day and stuff like that. So when that happened, okay, I delivered at 2. I had like 45 minutes left on my total 11. I waited there for like a good 3-4 hours, like total, because I waited for like an hour to get to a door, and then I finally got there. They finally unloaded me and stuff, and I started getting sleepy, so I took like a little nap, and they finally called me, woke me up, and they were like, you're pretty much done, come get your paperwork. I drove like right after that, like maybe like 15-20 minutes to the Blue Beacon, and then Petro was right next door to it, so I was able to get a trailer wash and then park right next door. I started my 10-hour break, and pretty much while I was on my 10, Stevens ended up sending me a load Saturday, the same day pretty much. I delivered at 2 in the morning. I was on my 10, they sent me a load pretty much to pick up that afternoon, well, really that night. So like 7 p.m. they sent me a load to pick up, and I pretty much, I mean, I was good. I'm thinking if I would have stopped with that flat or anything like that, I was gonna have to get this load rescheduled. I was gonna be stuck with this load to Monday. I wasn't gonna be making no money. In my case, I thought about, you know, the business side and stuff like that. You gotta make sense. I was able to get it done, take a 10, still get a load on a Saturday, because it's hard to get some loads on the weekend, especially if you don't get it on Saturday. You probably ain't gonna get no load on Sunday. So I was able to get a load on Saturday, and now I'm still going back to my home city where I wanted to go. Really, not really where I wanted to go, but I'm still going back to the home city. And it's like, hey, I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but I just know I'm making money still. That flat has slowed me down, but I still got it done, and I'm still rolling. You know, what more can I ask for? So you got to think. When I was company, I would say that's the difference, because when you company, you're not paying for it or whatever out of your pocket or business account and stuff like that. So you will have to actually wait on the people to come or whatever, because you're not paying for it. Like, what you gonna do? Like, you know, and then the place I actually, you know, went to or whatever, I don't even know if he had it set up to where, you know, Stevens can, you know, pay him like through the system or whatever, however they do it. So I paid him. We did like more so the Zelle. I paid him through Zelle, and yeah, I'm trying to see. Yeah, that's just the difference. You come to the driver, you're gonna have to wait, and hey, contractor is more so you trying to get money. You got to run like a business. Like, I can't be waiting 3-4 hours. 3-4 hours, that's going to reschedule the trip, reschedule everything. I ain't trying to be stuck, 2-3 days with this load, and I'm helping out the next driver. It's like, it was crazy, because I'm like, this not even my fault, like, if I'm going to be late. Like, I accepted this load, but also I'm going to take, accountability for it, because it's like, I mean, you being nice, you help out the load. According to Stevens, it looked like you could make it on time. I mean, now you got a flat. I mean, you didn't cause the flat, but you got to figure out now how you finna, get this done pretty fast. So, hey, I'm just, thankful that, the people came through. And yeah, like, that's what this video about, the repowers. What is a repower? And communicate. Just communicate about your load locks, and you'll be good. But it's your boy Sugar again. I'm out. Peace. I really hope this video help somebody, and hopefully y'all understand kind of what I said, because I'm kind of like everywhere with the story. But I just hope I got my point across, It's your boy Sugar again. I'm out. Peace.